Good morning. My name is Lisa Schmidt and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Welcome to the Stamper Studio. Dave kind of has a new little setup here, so I'm like, whoa, I'm kind of big in the frame. Anyway.
Same as all.
Okay. Well, it's that time of year when graduations are upon us, and so I thought I'd show you a fun graduation card. And if you have somebody graduating, whether it's preschool or 6th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, or senior. I love the preschool graduations. How fun are they? So anyway, super fun. It's kind of an origami. So let's go ahead and get started and I'll show you how to make it.
Morning, Tanya.
Hi, Tanya. Good morning. So I'm going to use first I'm going to start with just a 8x8 piece of cardstock. There's two different ways we can make this, so I'll show you both, but 8x8, and I'm going to use my scorer here and cut it and score it in half at 4. Always make sure you're not cutting it. Score it again at 4, so just rotate it and score it at 4. So now I've just got simply 2 score lines. One's here and one is here. Then I'm going to score it at across the diagonal. And so what I'm looking at and what I love about our score is I can actually line up this. I can see right there, and I can see on the bottom. You can't, but I can. I see on the bottom, I can line those up right in there and score it on the diagonal. And then I must turn it and score it on the diagonal. And that is the extent of our origami on the diagonal. There we go. Okay.
Morning, ladies.
Hi, friends. Okay, so I've got it. I'm going to crease all my creases. It doesn't matter what direction because we're going to force them to go a different direction in a moment. And we don't need to use our bone folder because we're really just going to get it situated and then we'll really crease it, if that makes sense. Okay, and I might have done one extra that I didn't need. Actually, I think I did that, but that's okay. So what we're going to do is, yeah, you see why?
Yep.
We're going to push this in and make this like that. I will do it again to show you. So we're going to push these 2 sides in, causing this one without a score line to lay flat like that. And that is going to be the inside of our graduation card. So let's go ahead and I need to just cut a half sheet of, I'm just going to use black. You could, of course, do it in fun colors of the graduate, but we'll just do that in black. And I am going to go ahead and score that at 4 1/4. Oh, or cut it. I am going to score that. Which one's the blade? That's the blade. Push that all the way up. I'm going to score it. Let's try that again. I'm thinking, yeah, that's right. At 4 1/4, just score it in a half sheet. All right, there we go. So this is what I was just thinking about. That's what I thought. So Dave's going to go get some more black paper. Thank you. Can you get me another piece of cardstock as well? Because I did make a mistake. Okay, so we still got our cute little, we'll go ahead and stamp the inside while we're waiting. So the inside, I'm just going to stamp a congratulations. And you want to grab that stamp set? I didn't grab that either. But you could do, happy, lots of things. So I'm going to stamp just a congratulations on the inside there, like that. Thanks, love. Oops. And this stamp set is from the new, I don't remember, it's Lisa Crucio's $1 Million Stamp Set. Congratulations. I'm going to make sure that's dry before I close it. Okay, so here's what I wanted to do. I wanted to take my black cardstock and cut it at 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 because remember this was 8x8. So I want my cardstock to just cover here. So I want to go 4 1/4. I'll use the one Dave brought me. 4 1/4 here, cutting by 4 1/4. I'm going to make 2 of those. And that's what's going to sit right on the top and on the bottom. I forgot there for a second because I've made them a couple different ways. So There we go, 4 1/4 and 4 by 4 1/4 square, because as you can see, this is going to sit right on top of this, and it's going to cover up all the white. So let's grab some adhesive here.
Congratulations, it's from Charming Sentiments.
Charming Sentiments, thank you. I noticed on the last video we couldn't hear you when I was listening, so just make sure to speak up, Shunny. All right, I'm going to turn it over so I can get that kind of centered. The main thing is I don't want any of the white showing on the outside, and sometimes you might have to force it a little bit. I suppose you could cut that outside one a little bit bigger as well. But let's go ahead and put adhesive on here. And I'm going to layer that right on top of the other one so they match up. And there we have a wonderful graduation hat. Okay, so what we need still, of course, is the tassel. Now, the tassel, you could make the tassel in different colors. It doesn't have to be in white. So I'm going to make this one in red. Do we have any Eden Prairie people graduating this year? I'm trying to think. So, yes, perfect. Think about how long you want it to be, and then you're going to wrap it a few times. So I'm going to grab a stamp pad, something I can wrap it around a couple times. Let's move that out of the way and we'll make a tassel. Tassel is worth the hassle, right? Remember that one? And I think I'm going to go a couple times there like that. That'll be good. Grab some scissors. I'm going to trim one side like that. And this side, you can either tie into a knot or you can take a little string and tie it from the baker's twine, and tie it around it, and we'll go ahead and cover that up. So I'm going to leave myself a bit of string to cover or to tie because I don't want to end up with this little piece. What I find is if I cut these ends, now I have all these loose pieces that I'm trying to wrangle, and it's a little bit difficult. So let's just tie that like that, as tight as I can get it, and then we'll put a little something something there. There we go. Okay, so there's our tassel. Kind of fun, I think. Oop, get that off. We can trim these ends however we want them to be. If you want them angled a little bit, we can have them like that. And we just put this right on here. Look how cute that is. Like if you open that up. So I'm going to use a glue dot, and then we could put a little brad, gem, something on top of it. Okay, that's not sticking, so let's just stick it in there. And I want to cover these little pieces right here. I want to go down. I don't want those to show. So I'm going to use our brushed metallic adhesive, adhesive back dots, and I think I'm going to go with gold. These are, I like these because they're a little bit bigger. So, or you could just leave it like that. I mean, that looks cute. Let's see it. I think, oh, what am I doing?
I don't know.
That is not the take your pick. Oh, I took it over there because when people were here the other night, I wanted to use that one also. So we can just add a little, it's not going to hide the whole thing. The other thing you could do is you could cut out a little circle, but look how cute that is. How fun is that? Okay, how fun is that? Love it, love it, love it. So let me show you, I'm going to make one more that's a little bit smaller. Now this, thank you, there's my take your pick. This one, let's see, let me just measure. So this one was 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. And this way it is 6. So you need a 6 by 6 envelope to use this. It would not, obviously it's not going to fit in a 4 by 4. And with this big of a tassel, I might even put a bigger circle there, like die cut a little circle, punch a little circle and stick it there. So I want to show you one other one that's a little bit smaller. And let's find our, I was playing with lots of cardstock this morning. So I'm going to take 2 pieces of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then you can decide if you like bigger or smaller. That's the cutting blade. Push that out of the way. I'm going to score it, thinking, oh, I just want to put a little notch. Okay, so this is 4 1/4, 5 1/2, sorry, 5 1/2. So half of 5 1/2 is 2 3/4, which is right there. So I just want to put a little mark on this end and a little mark on the top end, because I'm going to make the hat a little bit of a different shape. And then this one is, wait, this is hard for me to measure on. This way is 4 1/4. So I'm going to go 2 1/16. 2 1/8, like I said, 2 1/8. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these on these. Can you see these little score? No, you can't. That's okay. So the ones I just made, I'm going to go ahead and cut this to make the shape of my graduation hat. Get that out of the way. Go ahead and cut these at the shape of my graduation hat. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to make it angled on all 4 sides. What are you looking at?
Trudy's having trouble with her sound.
Oh.
I don't see anything on my end, Trudy, so maybe it is your iPad.
All right, so let's go ahead and cut those. Now this is going to be quite a bit smaller than the other one, so I guess it depends on what you want to say or add or what you want to put in it.
Hey,
One thing fun that we tend to give graduates is a check that says 2022 or 2021 or
$20.22.
Right. Let me go ahead and finish cutting this one. Once you have something like
not
this,
as generous as $2,000.
No, we're not. We're like, here you go, enjoy. No. Well, you know, when you go to a lot of graduations, that makes it a little bit tricky. I didn't finish scoring this one. I'm so sorry. Okay, so this one was 4 1/4, so 2 and okay, I'm just going to show the one I made. I'm having a rough time with that. So here's the one I made. Let me just go back to this. And I was going to say, you saw me measure one. Once you have one measured, I would say cut it out of cardboard and use that as a template. Then you don't have to measure it every time. That's pretty close. I measured this one. But once you have one you like, use that as a template, and then you don't have to deal with measuring and cutting. You can just lay this there. Trim, 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 trim. Does that sound better? Okay. Then for this one, we're just going to use the 4 1/2, 4 by 5 1/4. So we're using a regular inside sheet. See, I tend to score not with this very much, so that's why I'm going to get rid of that blade. There we go. So we know this is 4, so I'm going to score it at 2. Thinking, yes. And then I'm just going to score it on the diagonal again. There we go. And on this diagonal. There we go. That's it for this one. All right. So the other one is kind of like an exploding scrapbook if you've ever made one of those. So this one, we're going to go ahead and fold it. A little bit more origami again. Like that. And then we're going to force this triangle to stay straight. So let's fold this way. I don't remember which way to fold them. I just know that I want the triangle straight. So I'm going to pull these in and make that stay flat like that. Okay. And then you take your little hat, glue it on there, and I'm going to end up with this. And I added one piece of triangle on the inside because if you have it this way, when you open it, you have that little black spot on the bottom.
Sort of have the whole
yeah.
thing again. You could do the half or you could do a whole.
Right. So this one, and I really wanted to make a different tassel. I wanted to make a tassel just using the twine. So I'm going to wrap it around 3 fingers. I think that'll be big enough. Let's look. Yeah. 3 fingers and about 4 or 5 times. I actually think I'm going to do 4 fingers because I think I need to be a little longer. Because you might be looking at the ribbon going, well, I don't need to use all my ribbon to make a tassel. I get that. So the twine is a little bit more, it's less costly, I guess, or no? I don't know. I sometimes don't like to give up my ribbon.
You're just a ribbon hoarder.
I know that. And I'm going to do the same thing here and just tie a little knot. If you make it longer, maybe you can tie it, but I'm afraid it would make a really big knot. So I'm going to tie this, same thing. I don't know if you have any other fun ideas for graduation cards. It'd be fun to see in the chat. So we'll just tie that and then trim it.
So this week, if you make a graduation hat or graduation card, go ahead and post it in the comments for this video. It'll obviously be up on Facebook and YouTube.
That sounds good. All right, so then this one, if I don't remember, who do I have to graduate? I can just put this on and then it's not a specific color, although it is fun to make it in the school colors, I think. I'm going to stick that dot on there like that again and stick that on. There we go. So a little different tassel. Let me grab our brushed metallic with my, I'm still going to stick with the gold. I like the gold. I think it looks good. I don't know why this, anyway. I'm having issues with this one today. Everything is a little bit difficult today. I'm going to say I'm just going to get it out of the way, so the rest of the day is going to be great. How about that? All right, so there's a littler one. And then, of course, we have our bigger one, which you do need a bigger envelope. This one obviously is square. I think it still looks really cool as a hat. It has a big presence. When you open it, it's like, wow.
You could put in like some photos on this.
Yeah. The other thing you could do is you can make a little pocket here for money or a gift card, or you just do a half sheet or a little triangle there. And this one. So the other thing, one last one you can do. We made this the other night at our stamp club here. The other thing you can do is just make a little hat, a very small hat, and put it on your little guy like that. So any animal, any little thing. And these hats, again, look at what I have. So one year, Stampin' Up! Had this class of, I don't even know what year it was. Oh, wait, it's right here. Class of 2015. So I cut this out and I keep this because it's like perfect for a class of. But then I just keep these tassels and these hats in different colors. Again, I made a little template so that it's simpler to make. So the little tassel, the little hats are just the triangle, and then underneath, or the diamond, I'm just having trouble, the diamond, and then underneath is a trapezoid. So just a little thing underneath. So I kind of keep these, and if I found a tassel one time, I'm like, oh, I'm going to throw that in there. I can always use that for something if I want. But you could definitely put a tassel or a graduation cap on a cute little bird and make this say congratulations. How fun is that? Cute, right? All right, I'm not going to glue him on here because it says a note of thanks. But so here are some ideas for some graduation hats. Thanks for bearing with me. I was a little rough this morning. I think I didn't sleep well, so I think that's part of it. But thank you for joining us this morning. And of course, if you make any graduation cards, please, please, please put them in the chat. Yeah, Sandy says, I love the bird with the hat. It's so cute. Yes, love that. Also, Trudy, fun to sit and visit. Okay, I look forward to seeing you on Monday for New in the Studio. And have a great weekend. I know for us, we're going to be gardening once it stops raining.
100 bags of mulch.
Oh my gosh, 100 bags of mulch. Might not be able to stand tonight, but that's okay. All right, friends, have a great weekend, and I look forward to seeing you on Monday. Happy stamping.